Do you have a best friend?
Yes, I do.
Do you have a best friend?
I currently do not.
Do you have a best friend?
No, please.
Do you have a best friend?
Yes, I do.
The Youth Corner. Let's rock to the rhythm of life. The Youth Corner. Let's rock to the rhythm of life. Oh, the Youth Corner. Let's rock to the rhythm of life.
Trust your best friend.
Yeah.
What makes you trust him?
Well, I think I trust my best friend because I've known him over a period of time. And over that period of time, we've had shared experiences that give me the confidence to trust him.
All right, so we're saying that longevity and like time and friendship is what makes us trust our friends. Would you agree?
And the experiences.
And experience. All right.
Yeah.
Well, thank you for sharing.
Oh.
You have a best friend.
I currently do not
Why not?
because they have to like show commitment, has to be very long term. Like their friendship will grow gradually, but I haven't really experienced that with anyone yet.
So what do you think builds trust in like a friendship?
Just the little things, honestly. I have to like be able to be vulnerable with them and whatnot, yeah.
You have a best friend.
No, please.
Why is that?
Because I feel like friends actually don't really stay for me. Yeah, and back then as well, my previous friendships hasn't really been that strong for me. So
What qualifications do you think make a strong friendship?
I'm saying, I'm like a clingy person. So like I really like someone who really stays for me. So I also watch those petty mistakes, you feel me? So yeah, those kind of things. If I see a little mistake, and I'm like, nah. I also doubt a little bit, like I will not say a little bit, a lot. I really doubt a lot. So any little thing for me, I kind of feel like, yeah, nah, this person is not really for me.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I wholeheartedly agree.
Yeah.
Someone that makes you feel like they're your best
You
friend.
feel me?
Do you trust your best friend? 50-50. All right, we have a 50-50 here. Why is that?
So it's a personal thing. I'm very careful when it comes to people because you can't always trust people to, be there for you whenever you need them at that time. So it's a 50-50 for me. Whenever I need her, I go to her, but I don't tell her everything. I like to keep stuff.
What do you think would make the trust stronger in your friendship?
It's not. It's not gonna take a lot of work, you know. It's just me personally. I don't know, but it's just me. You can do whatever you want, but it's not gonna change. It's not gonna change, but I mean, who knows? I may change at any point, but she should just keep being herself. Do whatever she's doing because she's a great person.
I believe you. All right, well, thank you. That's a wonderful answer.
Hello, thanks for tuning in. You're watching the Youth Corner live on Rock Fortune TV. My name is Marcia and I'll be your host for today. Please don't forget to like, comment, share, and subscribe on Facebook and YouTube. Our discussion for today is a continuation of youth and friendship from last week's episode. And today we're going to be diving more into trust and friendship. And I have some of the youth here with me today, Emmanuel, Cassie, and Philip. Welcome, guys.
Thank you.
So as you know, last week we ended with the question of who can you trust or who is not trustworthy, right? So today, the discussion is more centered around trust. And so what is trust and friendship? Anybody can go.
I feel like trust and friendship is just knowing that your friend is just in anything, that when they say they're going to show up, they're going to show up. When you speak to them about things, that they're going to keep it, keep your secrets. Anything that says that, like, I trust, I know that you're going to do these things for me and being accountable for them. Yeah.
Okay.
To me, trust and friendship is like having someone that is reliable, that is someone that is being honest with you, and someone that you can depend on. So if that person has all these qualities, then he is someone that you can trust.
But how do you find out how reliable someone is?
Yeah, possibly as a friend, you might go through a series of maybe situations. And if that person show up in all these situations, I think he is someone that you can rely on. Because as friends, we do a lot of things together. So if in all these things, this friend is always there for you, then he is someone that you can rely on.
But can we really depend on human beings though? Can we rely on human beings?
Okay, at times, maybe you might be facing a situation or maybe a problem. And if that person shows up in order to help you out, or if that person, maybe he's there, you can just pick up your phone and then call the person. I can call someone, he might not pick up. But as a friend, you should be able to respond to my call. Maybe give me feedback on whatever problems that I'm going through. Then I can depend on you. I had a couple of friends that maybe if I am going through a certain situation or a certain problem or whatever that I'm going through, I can call them, talk to them, and they might give me feedback or whatever that I can do at that particular moment. So those people I can trust.
Okay. Mr. Emmanuel?
Oh, I agree with what you have said already. Somebody that you can depend on, you can rely, you can count on any point in time, regardless, no limitations. Whenever you want the person will show up. So that person and somebody who can keep your secrets. Yeah, I mentioned that last week. Yeah, if that person can do that for you, then that person is trustworthy.
So how far can you go in sharing of secrets with a friend?
If you trust somebody, it will be better if you do away with doubt.
Okay.
So you open up. Feeling. If that person will betray you, it's up to that person. But with you, you believe in that person and you are trusting him with your secret. So if you trust somebody, you open up. Regardless, you don't hide anything from that person. Just as you can do that for that person, believe that that person can do the same thing for you. Treat others as you want others to treat you. If you can keep that person's secrets, believe that that person too can keep your secrets. So I'll tell you to open up.
Cassie, looks like you have something to say. You're building your head.
I disagree. I feel like you shouldn't be sharing secrets with anyone, or you're not sharing secrets with anyone you don't trust to an extent. And rather than like not being vulnerable or closing yourself off or holding things in fear that someone is going to share it or expose you or tell your secrets, like that's up to them. Like that's their heart. That's between them and God and how they choose to do of your secrets. But if you trust them, then you should trust that they wouldn't do that to you because you wouldn't do that to them. So I agree with Emmanuel.
Yeah, to me, I am someone that is very reserved. I don't share my secret with anybody just anyhow.
Right.
And one thing that I also observe is sometimes you might meet someone, maybe he's my friend, we went out together, we are talking, but I listen to the conversation. And there are some people, when you are with them, they will always be talking about what they have heard about other people. And those people, I think, I can't trust you. I cannot share my secret with you.
Right.
Yes, possibly you might also meet someone that you are going to share whatever that I talk with you.
Right.
With. Yes.
Emmanuel and Cassie, you guys are very bold. Sharing secrets with people because
I trust people.
Really?
Yeah.
I surround myself with people that I trust.
Exactly.
I don't keep people in my circle that I don't trust.
See, I think because of the experiences that I've had, it's a little hard for me to trust people. And also with what the Bible says, I think I mentioned this last week.
Do not put your trust in man.
right, because
Yeah.
it's a sin,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
So with sharing secrets, I don't think that's something that I personally would do. Because my mom always says that, like just like I said earlier, trusting people sometimes gets you in hot water.
They say your secret is your power.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because I've on social media, I've seen things like people saying that I've shared too much with you, and so we are not ever going to separate. I've seen that going around a lot. And so with that, I guess something happens in the friendship, then what happens?
To be sincere, when we say we are sharing secrets, we don't share everything. Personally,
Right.
we hide some things. So not all secrets are secrets.
Is it more like I have something and I just feel like I want to tell you, but it's not really a secret?
Yeah.
Cassie, you look like you have something more. You're always bobbing your head, girl.
That's me thinking. That's my thinking, Bob. But yeah, I guess like not everything is necessarily a secret, but some things are more like vulnerable or more reserved for like I wouldn't go to my classmates and talk about like, oh, this happens in my house and this happens with da 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 and this happened in my like certain things like come out at certain times. You know what I mean? It's not necessarily a secret, but it may be like a little more like a deeper piece of information about you that some friends will get to see or some relationships will get to see and others won't. Like it takes me, I remember I had a friend of like 10 years. I don't think it was until like year 5 that I even let her come to my house because
Really?
yeah, I'm very, though I share, I'm very like, I don't know, picky about when it happened and who it happens to. It's just like you, my own mother was like, be careful, you know,
Correct.
like of who you surround yourself with and what you tell people because it could come back to bite you.
So at what point can you call a friend trustworthy or not trustworthy? Is it when situations arise in the friendship, or you hear something that you've told only that person? You hear it somewhere else, and
Yeah.
you're like,
Yeah. This kind of stuff.
someone did
This
that.
person.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So at what point do we say someone is trustworthy or not trustworthy, a friend for that matter? Philip, you look like you have something to say.
Yeah, I think like at a point that someone that is always honest with me. Yeah, so mostly you might do something that I wasn't there, but he is so willing to tell me. So at that point, if I also had something to share with a person, I feel comfortable sharing that secret with a person. So normally I look at different situations because I have a lot of friends and I share not everything that I might share with all of them. Some people I know when it comes to this situation, I can trust that person in that instance. Maybe we went out, we did that, blah, blah, blah. Yes, I can share it with someone, but not everybody. So maybe I had a lot of friends. So mostly some of them are very honest. They are willing to maybe share whatever that they are going through or whatever that is happening to them. So if I had a similar situation, that is when I am going to share that with you. So mostly like they said, not all secrets. Maybe when I share my secret with you, that is not all my secret. At some point too, maybe I might go out with maybe some friends and then they might be asking me, do you know how to do this? Even if I know, I'll tell you no. Yeah. Meanwhile, it is something that I used to do all the time, but at that point, I'll tell you no because I don't trust. I don't know how much I can trust you at that moment, and you are not someone that maybe I can trust in that situation because yeah. So normally I look at how honest that person is, and then how respectful that person is to me. So those are the points that I think I can call you trustworthy. Yes.
Okay. Cassie?
Yeah, I guess it just depends. When to evaluate a person, like we talked about this last week, when you're deciding who can be your friend, one of the qualities you want is someone with an honest character. Correct. Someone that like holds themselves accountable as well as you. Like you just know when someone's honest and when someone is not honest. If someone lies about every little thing, even small things like, hey, did you see my thing? Did you take that? No. And they did, like, that this person doesn't value honesty. So they're not an honest person. So they can't be trusted. And so I think that's when you start, and it builds up. Like if someone's always lying to you, even about small things, you should trust that they'll lie to you about the big things. You know what I mean? Like that's just a character flaw that you should like just recognize and not share your secret to that person.
Of course. Yeah. Definitely not. How about you?
The moment you lie to me and I find out you lied to me, I can never trust you. Never.
It's over. Finish.
Yes. I'll be talking to you, but I'll not tell you any secrets. I don't tell anything I don't want anybody to hear. Because I know you're a liar. And you can take my secret out. So I'm not telling you my secret.
But one thing I've learned with my experiences is that when you have a friend or you just meet someone, right, that I guess you call a friend, you can test them with things that, if it gets out there, you wouldn't mind.
Okay.
Right? Or do you guys agree?
Yeah.
Because that's how, for me, I think that's how you can build trust in a way. Because like
I will not test you with my secret, but
but something little like that when it gets out there, you don't mind.
I will not test you with it. I will just evaluate you. I will look at how you talk about other people's stuff. Yeah, like I said,
right.
Like I had a friend that is always talking about what someone did when I was not there, or something that someone talked to him. That person think he is his friend too, so maybe he shared something with him. And he will come sharing that same thing with me. And I think those people, I cannot trust you and then share my secret with you too.
Well, I guess let me clarify. Yeah. What I meant is that, like in regards to building trust, right? Okay. So you're trying to test this person, right, with something little, right? And if you hear it somewhere else, it's a no-go. You can't trust this person, right? But if, you never hear it anywhere else, you're like, okay. Like buddy, like I can trust you, let's go on this ride of this friendship journey, So I guess, what are your opinions on that?
Yeah, you can do that. But deliberately testing somebody, you're not being fair with that person.
Really?
Yeah. You're not being fair with that person.
But people test us all the time, right? We test each other all the time, or?
Yes.
But maybe as a friend, you might go through different instances. Maybe we went somewhere and something happened, and we think that thing is a secret. We don't want anybody to hear about it. So if at the end of the day, or maybe a third person asks me something about that thing, it means that you are not trustworthy. I can't trust you,
right?
And I will not share any secret with you.
Yeah.
I feel like if you have to test, I know you're trying to say, and I feel like I may have done that in the past, but like I feel like if you have to deliberately test them, then you already know that they shouldn't be trusted. Like if if that inkling of suspicion that like this person, I'm not sure if I can trust them. I don't know if it's a reflection of like, I have a hard time trusting other people. This is why I need to do it. Or more so like, I know that this person, I'm not sure. You know what I mean? Because I feel like you have to trust your intuition. You have to trust God. Like you have to trust that this person, if they're an honest person, like you can just tell when someone is honest. Also, you have to like build up friendships. So you're not telling secrets right off the bat. You know what I mean? Like it gets you grow together and you're like, you know what? Hey, by the way, did you know? And then, by then you should have built trust based on just like natural things. I don't know.
I got you.
Yeah.
There are times you need to pour out your heart on somebody to be free.
Yeah.
Everybody needs that person. At least you have somebody in your life that you don't mind telling the person everything. Sometimes you go through some situations, you need somebody to hear you out, just to hear you out. So if you have that person as a friend, or if you have that particular person, then you can pour out your heart on that person. I don't know if you're getting what I'm saying.
And that person must be a saint then.
Yes. Yes. I have a friend like that. Whenever I see him calling me, then something has happened. Yeah. It means he needs some advice, or he needs somebody to just hear him out. Yes.
So it's based on that type of friendship is
Yes.
based on
Situation.
situations. Yeah.
Yeah.
He only needs you when there's a situation.
Yes.
Okay.
And I understand that.
Okay.
Yes.
That's interesting.
Mhm.
So, how much can you share with a friend if you trust them versus when you don't trust them, but you're still keeping them? Does that make sense?
If you
Yeah.
trust the person, go all out. If you don't, quote it.
Do
Yeah.
you guys have any other contributions to that?
If you trust a person, I think, like he said, you might need someone that you can share everything with so that you can also be free. So if you had that person, I think if you had that person that you trust, you can share all your secret with that person. And if you don't trust that person, I think they are the friends that we call them situational friends. We are out, we are doing this together. That is, we are not sharing anything. But a true friend is someone that you can share all your secret with. Yeah, without boundaries, without any boundaries. Yes.
All right.
Yeah, exactly. I think that's the route I would have taken to when going with this answer. Like, it just depends on the category of friends, like discussed last week. Some friends are situational, whereas some are like, good friends. And then when you're talking about best friends and things like that, like a true friend, you should be able to talk to them about anything without limits, knowing that they are going to be honest, they're going to keep that secret, they're going to do whatever. Whereas, like, you shouldn't go tell your situational friends, your classmates, your work friends, like anything, because, like, how much do you really know that person? That's just
Right.
we're just we have the same job, we're on the same sports team, whatever it is. Like, there's no depth to that friendship.
Right. But how much do you really know your true friend, though?
I'd hope you know. If you consider them a true friend, I'd hope you know them.
Because
Like,
people change, right?
Yeah,
people do change.
And people don't really show their true colors until their situations, right? So I guess it's a 50-50 thing. You win some, you lose some.
Yeah, exactly. And then one thing you must realize is that a trustworthy friend shouldn't be judgmental, judging you by what you are telling him or her.
Mm.
The person should be empathic, like put yourself in your shoe and be a good listener, listens to you, and find way of helping you. Maybe if you need advice, the person should be able to give you the advice.
Right.
Must be loyal to you, must be dependable. You can rely on that person for anything. That person you can call out as a trustworthy friend.
Do you guys have any last advice? Anything? Any experience you want to throw out there? Any lessons you've learned in your friendship experiences or friendship journeys?
I think when it comes to making friends or like any relationships in general, there's always the risk that a person might hurt you, that they might break your heart, that they might expose you, do something harm against you. Because like you said, you can't trust men. Like, they're not dependable, they're not reliable, we're all human. But like, a part of the great things about friendships and relationships and things around that sort is that with that risk comes the benefit of having a true connection, of having someone you can count on, someone you can grow with, someone you love and who loves you back fully and wholeheartly. So like, take the risk of being vulnerable, of being open, of having trust, you know what I mean? And know that there's a risk that comes with it, but know that there's also something great that can come with it. So just practice discernment, like we said. Practice discernment. Pray about it. You know what I mean? Pray over all your friends and just trust that you have built the skills to make good friendships.
But the risk.
Yeah, with the risk.
You see,
So
we are all talking about getting good friends or trustworthy friends.
How about we become good friends?
That's what I mean. It's not
Yeah.
Right, because you attract what's inside of you.
Yes.
Right.
So if you want to get a friend, a good friend, why don't you be a good friend? Be a trustworthy friend to your friend.
Yeah.
And there you're going to get a good friend or trustworthy
Not all
friend.
the time though, because people pretend, you know, you're good to them, but then in return, what you get is betrayal.
Yeah, it do happen.
Yeah.
It does.
So, like she said, it's a risk.
Yeah.
But if you want to make change, I think it starts from us.
Right.
Okay.
Yes. We should
But
start.
one thing is friendship is something that we keep building up. So
Yeah.
maybe today something happened. I shared it with my friend. He gave me some advices which were so good. I
Mm.
think next time if I encounter something similar to that or something different, I can go ahead and share with that same person.
Mm.
But maybe someone that is not trustworthy. I am very reserved. I have a lot of friends that normally calls me to share their secret
Right.
with me. Yeah. With the hope that if they share it with me, I'm going to give them some advice or nobody is going to hear about what happened. And I also have a couple of people that I do say no to. So like they said, we have to be good friends. So I think I'm a good friend to almost all my friends. Yeah.
And I want to end on this note. You know, friends are not just limited to people in your age group. You know, you can be friends with people way older than you.
Yeah.
All my friends, yeah, older.
Yeah. Those are the people with the wisdom and, you know,
It
the.
shouldn't be the same sex at all times.
Yes,
Yeah.
yes, absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely. Well, thank you guys for making time to be here. Appreciate your contribution. Appreciate you engaging in this discussion and your wisdom that you shared today.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Yeah.
All right, folks, that is the end of our discussion for today, and we believe you learned a lot about friendship. Please tune in same time next week, Sunday at 5 p.m. MST, 8 p.m. EST for another discussion. Until then, stay blessed.
The Youth Corner. Let's rock to the rhythm of life. The Youth Corner. Let's rock to the rhythm of life. Oh, the Youth Corner. Let's rock to the rhythm of life.